Welcome back to Jesse James Meets Frankenstein's Daughter. If this seems like the worst possible premise for a low-budget Western horror hybrid film, you'll be astonished to hear that it was half of a 1966 double feature, along with Billy the Kid versus Dracula. These were the last two films by William One-Shot Bodine, who directed such screen dogs as Rin Tin Tin, Lassie, and Gene Parker in a career that stretched from silent films to colour television. Bodine was dubbed One-Shot not because he did everything in one take, but because the quick and cheap approach made it look that way. Tonight's film, shot in a mere 8 days, is no exception. John Lupton, who plays the part of Jesse James, is actually a bit too old for the role at the age of 38. The real-life Jesse James died before his 35th birthday and is probably still spinning in his grave after this piece of schlock was released. Lupton does have a star on Hollywood Boulevard, possibly for his work on Broken Arrow in 1956, or maybe for his bit parts in Kung Fu, Ironside, Days of Our Lives, or The Time Tunnel, or any of the other 137 television shows that he appeared in, but certainly not for this. He went on to do volunteer work for the Multiple Sclerosis Association and the Special Olympics, and unfortunately passed away in 1993 of so-called unreported causes at the age of 65. I happen to know for a fact that he could never get over the embarrassment of Jesse James Meets Frankenstein's Daughter, and that's what got him in the end. Dr. Maria Frankenstein is portrayed by Nada Onyx, and I suppose, being a German-speaking Estonian who lived in Sweden before fleeing to England and finally moving to Canada, her accent is just perfect for playing a mysterious foreign woman. She had previously appeared in The Man from U.N.C.L.E. as a mysterious foreign woman, and in Have Gun Will Travel as, oddly enough, a mysterious foreign woman. But this film marks the end of her wide and varied career playing mysterious foreign women. Personally, I would have liked to have seen a mud wrestle with Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, but that's just me. The Cuban Spitfire, aka Estelita Rodriguez, also plays her final role as the Mexican servant girl Juanita. And that is a pity. Like John Upton, she too passed away under mysterious circumstances, mere months after filming this movie while preparing to play Lupe Velez, the Mexican Spitfire, who also died in mysterious circumstances. Coincidence? Yes. Stephen Garay is a passable Dr. Rudolph Frankenstein, but in those days, just having a non-specific European accent was enough for most horror films, and after working on I Dream of Jeannie and The Dick Van Dyke Show, I'm sure he appreciated the challenging new role. His acting career ended not long after this with his tour de force appearance in The Swinger as Man with Fish. Even with all the rootin', tootin' and shootin' going on, well, there's some shootin', but obscenity laws prevented any rootin', and I haven't the foggiest idea what tootin' is. This is nevertheless a Frankenstein film, so go on, guess the plot. No hints now. Without giving away any spoilers, we just know Jesse James is going to bring his wounded, muscle-bound partner to the doctor, although he soon wishes that he had picked a different physician. True horror fans will recognise some old familiar friends. Yes, the all-important mad scientist lab equipment was provided by legendary prop man Kenneth Strickfaden, and it's the very same that appeared in the original Universal Frankenstein films, as well as Mel Brooks' wonderful Young Frankenstein. Ken was an electrician, set designer and effects genius who created pseudoscientific apparatus for over 100 different motion pictures and television shows, including The Amazing Exploits of the Clutching Hand, The Wizard of Oz, Mask of Fu Manchu, and The Munsters. Interestingly, Jesse James Meets Frankenstein's Daughter is one of the few times Ken's equipment was ever filmed in colour. And it's with Ken's equipment in mind that I shall allow you to return to the 1966 schlocky horror western, Jesse James Meets Frankenstein's Daughter.